Yeah, we have and I think there's a misunderstanding kind of even more broadly about who attends our program. Not only is it not all Christians, and even those who would say they are Christian, they profess faith, would probably, at least most of them, not all of them, but most of them would say, I believe in God, I have a relationship with God, I am a Christian, but man, I've been away from Him for a long time. I haven't been to church in years. I'm angry at God because of something that happened. And so this is not a church program in that sense. And I think a lot of people think that it is. It's definitely not. And that's not our intention that it would ever be that. We just want folks who are hurting and broken wherever they come from to find hope and help, and we can point them that way. And with that, the question that could be asked along with that is, does everyone who attend have a combat background? And the answer to that question is no, they don't. We serve veterans and active duty service members and first responders, and they come from as many places as you can come from in those communities, and we just do our best to meet them where they are and help them. So truly, we say this, our program is for everyone who falls into one of those categories, or they're married to one of the people in one of those categories, they're a spouse, and we'd love to serve those folks.
Yeah, but I think it's important to combat veteran peace. I think, it's good news that the wars have wound down. We see less and less combat veterans in the active duty ranks.
Right.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that, military life doesn't have a lot of hardships.
Exactly.
I think just in general, like when you think about doing a job that you do in the military, we prepare for war or train for war, the art and act of, killing humans, and bad guys, human beings were never intended to do that kind of thing or
right.
see the kind of things. And so I think there's, if you're not in the right place, there's spiritual consequences for that. And that's where Mighty Oaks can really help. And now I will say that most of I think 99% of our staff right now, the team leaders are combat veterans. And the reason we have continued to do that, and we'll do that as long as we can, is because when a combat veteran comes, we don't want them to disqualify the team leader from not having that shared experience. It's probably not valid because
right.
I think somebody that didn't serve in combat can. In fact, my mentor Steve Toth helped me. He never served in the military, much less combat. But I think oftentimes it is an obstacle. So as long as we can, we'll make sure that our team leaders are combat veterans.
Yeah, it's really interesting. People don't think that you can mix groups of people and it work, but certainly it does. That takes me to another question. I know it's on here. I might have missed it on my list here, but related to the first responders that attend our program, because it's kind of a related question. And first responders it's a very broad category, of course, but we do serve those who would be firefighters or police officers, EMTs, kind of all over that spectrum. And you can make the case that they're not combat veterans in that sense. Maybe they haven't experienced combat, as in they've gone to a foreign country and had to deal with a foreign enemy. But just the grind of dealing with the things that our first responders deal with creates trauma, and it's a sustained trauma, sometimes over 10, 20, 30 or more years. And that's why, years ago we decided to work with those in that community, because although their trauma may be different, their trials and difficulties may be different, it's very similar. The answer certainly is the same, and our community is able to work to help them as well. I think that's been an important aspect of definitely our growth over the last couple of years.